Hey guys, how's it going? My name's the Breph, and welcome to another challenge video. Today I'm asking the question, can you beat Pokémon Emerald with only a Baltoy? Yes, this video is early, although don't worry, there is another one coming on Friday as planned. I just got a little bit ahead of schedule and thought, why not get another one out to you? So far, nobody has been able to correctly guess the naming scheme for the last one. We have had some close and pretty educated guesses, so congratulations to anyone who sees their comment here. You were close, but the whole scheme was actually named after Premier League Golden Boot winners. One other thing to mention is a huge shout out to Plonkerboy900 for requesting this challenge. He recently passed his 10k subs and it is fully deserved. If you haven't seen his channel yet, you definitely should. His content is miles better than mine and so worth the watch. Link to his channel is in the description below. One thing I agree with was what he said about Baltoy being overlooked. It is actually, although this is quite frankly because of just how horrible it is as a Pokemon. With base stats that total to 300 and a grand total of 40 in both physical and special attacking prowess, it isn't going to be particularly fun if you ask me. Given that Baltoy has both the ground typing and the levitate ability, it gains complete immunity to not only ground type moves but also electric. The downside to this is that it has weaknesses to water, grass, ice, bug, ghost and dark. And wow, that is a long and painful list. Last thing I think I need to mention here is that Blanca, if you're watching, I apologise, but I didn't name my Baltoy after you. In truth, I just completely forgot. Still, if anyone can work out what the name of the Baltoy refers to, there is a shout out available in the next one. The rules of this challenge are as easy to follow as it is to offend a snowflake. Baltoy only in battle, except for the 7th gym. No items in those said battles, and TM usage is as always allowed. Rightio then chaps, shall we start? The game begins and we choose the female character, naming ourselves the ever-presently inventive name of Breph. Hopping out of the moving truck, we head into our next door neighbour's house, gently caressing his large red ball and arousing his suspicion. Leaving that house, we head north to rescue his father, getting access to our Baltoy for the first time. Back at the lab, we name the little creature Chrysal. Yeah, that's the name. Figure it out. We're also tasked with defeating Brendan, giving him the first of many beatings that are yet to come. Right before we're thrust into the big bad world of animal fighting, Pokemon training, Brendan decides to press his warm balls into our hand, fresh out of his bag. Freaking out, we run straight towards Rossborough. Having a resistance to rock is always a nifty thing when fighting a rock-type gym leader, and would you believe it, Roxanne is up first. We have Psybeam in our moveset, and although Nosepass takes a few to go down, in the end it does indeed go down and the first badge is done. Now, I don't know about you guys, but for some reason I'm feeling confident for the next fight. I really couldn't tell you what it is, but when Brawly stands before us, we stand tall and accept the challenge. Meditite proved to be the worst of the bunch, and that was basically because I didn't want to spam a single move to win. Unfortunately, that's kinda how it goes, and on the first attempt, that's that. And we are a quarter of the way through those badges. With that done, we sail our asses over to Slateport and walk into a scene we did not expect to see. Some bloke named Archie's handing out leaflets about a fancy new pool party starting in just a number of hours' time. He explains he has some planning and setup to do and murmurs something about a submarine before running off. Confused as to what he means, we shrug it off and walk towards Moorville, once again bumping into Brendan. He has a team that consists of a Wingull, a Lombre and a Combusken. Wingull is weak to ancient power, Lombre doesn't take much to go down, and Combusken is a one-hit knockout. Simple as you like, lads. Simple as you like. Now, one thing we do here is sell a bunch of stuff that our pickup slaves have been collecting, and I've made a fair amount from this trip so far. Enough that I can add Psychic and Ice Beam to our moveset. With that done, we tackle Watson. We didn't actually need Ice Beam for this fight because Psychic is a powerful move. Stab on us really helps out. Mudslap does the business against Magneton, and thanks to the special defense drop on Manectric, we exhaust his supply of super potions and demolish the electric gym. With that done, we have a date at the top of Mount Chimney, so tally-ho good chaps, we're off on a trot. Maxie is a bloke that runs a real team of people. He tells us about his upcoming Sunshine Rave party and tries to attack us when we explain that we won't be there because of a pool party. We defend ourselves adequately using our powerful moveset, and he cops a strop and storms off, shouting something about hating this slag pit of a place. Again, we shrug it off and begin our march towards Flannery. Her initial members of the team stand no chance at all. Torkoal really makes me nervous, inflicting us with paralysis and coming a lot closer than I would have liked to defeating us. Fortunately though, a couple of stat boosts were all we need to hang on, and boom, just like that, we're done and walking towards Norman. Unfortunately, there is no fossil this time. I completely forgot to get the Mac bike and I am not going back. So, there was me complaining about how Flannery made us worried, and I walked right out of the frying pan and into the goddamn fire. Slacking is one hell of a beast. I'm sure you're aware that is the biggest understatement of all time, but my god, did it take some time to knock out. Truant is a horrible ability to use, but my god do I love the fact that it can be abused. It took me time, no doubt, and my goodness we did come way too close to an abysmal failure. 4 HP had my heart in my mouth. So after taking some time to breathe, do some other things, and chug 4 bottles of beer that I'd found in the back of the outside fridge, I came back to the challenge, slightly pissed and with a sprained wrist. Sprained because of all the bottle opening, obviously. What did you think I meant? The next thing we do is trek over towards Fortree. Along the way, we stop off at the Weather Institute and remove the hooligans that are trying to force the rains to come and fill their pool party stuff faster. And again we encounter that pesky Brendan. This time his team consists of an evolved Wingull, and that's the only change. Literally, badges 3, 4 and 5 have happened since we last met, and all he's managed to do is evolve one of his team and add exactly 0 more. No wonder he was so simple to dispatch. Somehow we get access to a Devon scope and find ourselves standing before Winona. The flying type leader of this tree town took me a good few attempts, mainly because of Skarmory. That thing's a little bit tanky, and Pelipper, to be fair, is really good at stalling us out and inflicting confusion damage. It isn't a fun fight in truth, and although we did get a little bit lucky with some stat increases, we did so without batting too much of an eyelid. We do walk out of there. Finishing up, I just decide I want to pay my respects to all of those who have been unfairly taken from this world and their families, and show solidarity and support for the emergency services, hospital staff and frontline workers. So along with a generous portion of my street, we took to our doorsteps to clap and cheer for those people. This is a serious point in the video, by the way, guys. In amongst all of the tragedy of this virus, please stay safe, please stay clean, and please stay indoors. Let's all do our bit to help save lives. Together, we can get through this, but only together. So coming back from that wonderful experience and returning to this recording, I head up Mount Pyre. Here, we get told that something bad is going down and are sent off to the magma hideout. Here we witness Maxie doing something dangerous and releasing a supermassive ancient being, which naturally goes wrong and causes him to challenge us. The fight itself wasn't too difficult, with a little preemptive switch out of Mightyena and into Crobat to avoid my attempt at Dig, which I found to be respectable from the AI. Anyway, fresh out of the mountain cavern, we head over to Slateport. Here we witness the absolute genius that is Archie committing a blatant criminal offence, followed by entering a submarine while fully submerged underwater. 200 IQ play there, son. We pursue him across the region into the bowels of the Aqua hideout, where yet again we are too late. Never mind, we ride the waves over to the Psychic Gym and one of the scariest fights in the franchise for a single Pokemon challenge. Yeah, well, normally it would be a particularly scary fight, but we have Shadow Ball on our moveset. Where I was originally terrified, it soon became apparent that I had the upper hand here. Just as I'd anticipated, we prosper, and my heart sinks, because what comes next is about 1,000 times worse on paper. Before we can get there, we have to sort out a tiny little issue called saving the world. We descend into the Seafloor Cavern and encounter Archie yet again. We ask him what he's doing here and not over at his pool party. He laughs in our face and then tries to attack us, which just goes swimmingly for him. Soon he finds himself disgraced and battered. He then shows us a preview of exactly how he planned on unveiling his little thing by releasing another ancient beast. Needless to say, on the outside, that is the total and only thing that's happened. Nothing has gone wrong at all. We head into the Cave of Origin and stumble across Wallace, who directs us with our help to the Sky Pillar. There we awaken the giant sky snake, who subsequently sets off to sort this whole situation out. With that BS done, it's time to face the worst challenge yet, Juan and the water types. We go in at level 69, nice, and I'm bricking it. With good reason too, because we're weak against him. Psychic, Earthquake and Shadow Ball are all strong moves for us, and while Crawdaunt makes me grimace beyond all fun, we hang on in there and claim that 8th badge at the meme level itself, 69. Nice. With the gym badges collected, there's only a few more things to do. Unfortunately for us, those things happen to be the toughest SOBs this game has for us. The sorbet to clear the palette begins at the start of Victory Road with the Wally fight. Altaria is 4 times weak to ice, so that goes down. Roselia is weak to psychic, so that goes down. Delcatty fails to survive a psychic, and we cause a freaking earthquake to defeat Magneton. When Gardevoir comes out, the result is pretty much guaranteed, so we Shadow Ball it to hell and back. Wally is defeated, and not only do we have a mother of all gauntlets before us, it's one that I'm fairly certain I'm not ready for at all. We try again and again, but I'm going to make it clear for you. We need to grind levels, and we need to do it fast. All the way up to level 90 when I step in the door for this run. Sydney has dark types, and that could be scary. I won't lie, it was. Sydney needed a few tries, which almost had me going and grinding more, but I do pull through. Earthquake and Ice Beam are plenty good enough. The next fight though is one that I dread even more. Phoebe the ghost type lady steps up, and her Dusclops always cause an issue. They can hit hard, they can stall out, and pressure makes it even worse. If Curse hits, it's game over straight away. Luckily for us, the first one goes down before it can do anything major. Shadow Ball does a nice job at cleaning up before we finish the job off and strut on to what I think, at the time, is certain death. Glacier and her ice types, ice and water types, amazing. I learn after many tries and possibly a couple more beers, although for legal reasons I cannot confirm nor deny that Psychic was one of the best moves for us to use, and that is certainly what I do. Between you and me, if it wasn't for the critical hit Earthquake on Walrein, I possibly would be back to the grind. But I'm not, so Drake comes next. His whole team being weak to ice and some members even being 4 times weak. Yeah, does anyone want to hazard a guess at how it ended? Kingdra did cause us a fair few attempts, because one surf from that is lethal as all hell. When it uses Dragon Dance and Smoke Screen, the fight is pretty much secured from there. Only the champion awaits us. Wallace is the last member for this stretch of the game, and he sends out his Wailord first. He hits a decent Blizzard and goes down to a couple of brutal Psychics. For Tentacruel, I opt for Earthquake, and that shows itself to be more than effective. Whiscash takes a Shadow Ball and Earthquake combo, while Milotic knocks us down to a horrible 12 HP. Ultimately, it succumbs to a combo itself, and the critical hit on Ludicolo tees up a fight with Gyarados. And the total Pillock goes for Earthquake, falling right into our Levitate immunity trap and sealing us the championship. I can't believe we've done it. We've beaten the Pokemon League, overcoming weaknesses left, right and centre to claim our place in the Hall of Fame. But I'm hearing things. I hear rumours, whispers in the streets of an ultra-powerful madman hiding in a cave. Some even call him the strongest trainer ever to step foot in Hoenn. Now that is a challenge I can't refuse. The stranger's name? Stephen Stone. Equipping the King's Rock for maximum advantage and maxing out my level for clearly obvious reasons, we kick it off. First attempt, Skarmory comes out and boom, 3 Ice Beams and a touch of damage on us, it goes down. Thank God, that could have been a lot worse though. Aggron comes out next, and a single earthquake destroys the walking tank completely, paving the way to Cradilly. Luckily for us, it uses Ingrain, and Ice Beam is powerful enough to secure a 2-shot knockdown. Armaldo is forced in, and a double earthquake beatdown removes my joint favourite Pokemon from the field, sending out Steven's signature Pokemon, Metagross. Earthquake is powerful, 3/4 damage, and gets a beautifully timed flinch too. With the berry consumed, Steven doesn't even have to use a full restore, and the second earthquake pulls out Claydol, the final member. We beat one of these earlier thanks to Shadow Ball, and well, I decide to vary it up a little. Ice Beam hits critically, thank God, and with that, we fully completed the game. Steven Stone is defeated by what I thought was an abysmal creature. Honestly, here I need to thank Plonkerboy900 for suggesting this. I wasn't expecting to have any sort of fun out of this, and given my views on Baltoy before I started, I definitely didn't expect to succeed. But you know what? I've got a newfound genuine respect for this guy. I am thoroughly impressed. If you ask me, that's what these challenges should be about. Using and showing off a variety of Pokemon that you don't always see used in each game. So thank you, I am glad it was suggested. Would I recommend this to anyone? Actually, yeah, I would. It was surprisingly fun and not as bad of a grind fest as I'd expected, at least until the end game. At the start of this challenge, I asked a simple question. Can you beat Pokémon Emerald with only a Baltoy? The answer, to my shock, is yes, you can. I cannot stress this enough. It was actually fun to do this. I learned a lot about Baltoy from this, and I hope you will too, if you decide to use it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe for more content like this, and comment down below any challenge requests you might like to see me take on in the future. Every single day we are eking closer and closer to that 1,000 subscriber mark, and that means a 1,000 subscriber special. Having looked on the comments at the last one, I put out a poll on Twitter today, narrowing down to 4 options. Please do go over at the Breph46, link will be in the description, and vote on that poll. I want to do something that most of you want me to do, and that involves you taking the time, if you can, to go and vote on that poll. For anyone who doesn't want to go over to Twitter and get their head start on the vote, I will be announcing more information about these options in the video that comes out on Friday, so you can always hold your horses and leave a comment with your answer, and I will make sure to see them. With all said and done about that video on Friday, please join me for it when I ask the question, can you beat Pokemon Gold with only an Onix? Again, thank you so much for watching, guys, if you've made it to this point, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.